The Housing Authority was formed in 1979, and it was a pretty untraditional formation of a housing authority because we started when a group of local residents who'd been doing home repair for some lower income seniors here in Elkins decided that they needed to form an entity in order to continue doing the work and using this particular source of funding. So instead of starting a nonprofit, which is what you'd think they would do, they started a housing authority, which is kind of a pretty different animal. So the thing you'll notice about the starting of our housing authority is that we had no HUD programs when we started. And it was a good 6 years until the Housing Fund for the state asked us to take over the Housing Choice Voucher Program, also known as Section 8. And that really launched the most traditional thing we do as a housing authority, which is rental assistance.
Okay, my name is JOSIE CUDA, and I was Executive Director of the Randolph County Housing Authority. I started in 1991, and I worked here for a little over 15 years. Yeah, it's a tremendous growth. We had, even in the first program that they had with Section 8 program, I think we started out with like 200 families that we could help. And by the end of those 15 years, there were over 600 families that we were helping. We kept on approaching the Housing and Urban Development to give us more funding, and we were able to reach out to 6 different counties from here.
So I think that's part of the beauty of the Randolph County Housing Authority, and what they've been able to do is they've been extremely innovative, taking new alternative approaches, taking advantage of every resource that's out there to help meet community needs. I think of them as a very non-traditional housing authority. I've got to work all over the state now and seen some of the other organizations. I don't think there's any housing authority that's anything close to what the Randolph County Housing Authority is. Every couple of months, there seems like there's a new opportunity or a new funder that's we're getting their attention for some reason or another, and it's great to be able to engage with Karen and the staff to really think through how can this benefit our community.
Youth Build has become such a heart of the organization of what we do. We're working with Youth Build with young people who are choosing to stay in our communities and really look at what their future is here and really kind of make it happen. And that's different than, young people who get an opportunity maybe to go to college in another state, and then they may not come back to Elkins until they retire. So we really want to work with and keep developing our young people.
The impact of our program on young people is connection, because they come in disconnected from education. They're disconnected from workforce. They're kind of disconnected with a really good feeling of their community. And so through education, job training, and a lot of community service, they get a really good feel of who they are and how they fit.
The biggest impact that Youth Build has had on me is just kind of like showing me my worth and kind of challenging me to go above and beyond. Like, what I wanted was just like a lot of money and to live this comfortable life with this great salary. It taught me to actually give back, like to focus on your home, your community, giving back, because even if you make this great salary, you have to do something great with the money. You have to do something great with your time, and Youth Build's about community, about serving, giving back to the community. And so major take back was community, service, volunteer, but leadership too. Mostly leadership and taking accountability of your own life, not blaming anybody else for what happened, and just picking up the pieces and moving forward.
Well, the impact that we've had over the years, some of the communities that we went into and some of the older homes that we bought, have purchased and remodeled, have taken, and actually the neighbors in the community come and let us know that it has raised their property values, which is something that's really nice to go into one of these small neighborhoods and purchase the property, remodel some of these homes, plus the extra lots that we pick up of designing houses to fit into that community. And you couldn't tell that they hadn't been there for 40 years except for the new.
We are really good at treating our families well. You know, all of our staff are so devoted and loyal to the program and to the employer that they also realize that at one point, you know, that could be them sitting across the desk from them. So they treat them with utmost respect and dignity and just want them to feel good about being here to get the assistance. We don't ever want them to feel badly about themselves or anything like that. So my staff are real cheerleaders and really try to build up our tenants as best they can.
When I was in a hopeless situation, like they just helped me get to where I need to be, man, and unbelievably so. And made sure my needs and all were met and everything I needed on a daily, checking on me. So that program was really helpful, and the people and the staff, like, I couldn't ask for much better support.
It's really great. I mean, it's not just a job, it's a family. We truly are a family. And you know, when we go out to Walmart or Kroger and you see people that say, hey, you're the HUD lady, or hey, you're the lady that helped me get my home, that makes you feel really good.
Those things that I sort of dreamt would happen, I think are really happening. There's really an ongoing spirit among the organizations to continue the mission of building wealth in families, to making families really structurally sound. I have great hope for the future because, I see all the different things that are currently happening, with the value-added work that's being done with the rental program. Houses continue to be built, homeowners continue to be prepared to take on that responsibility of being homeowners when families can have a safe place to live. Their kids do better in school, the people get involved with Little League, there's lots of things that can happen that will really, have an effect on the whole community. And, all the programs working together just make me feel that, there's really substantial change happening, and I don't see why they wouldn't continue.
There's that saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I think that's sort of a good slogan for our 40th anniversary, because we've done all this work really in partnership of one sort or another, whether it was with a homeowner, the federal government, or our local nonprofits and municipalities. So it's a milestone, 40 years. I feel like we've become an institution, that we're kind of a mature agency now that people in the community can rely on, and that will be here for a long time.